Awaken with Grace Care, Personal Care, and In-Home Services. And I'm talking today with Verna Johns of the Wheatheart Nutrition Project here in Enid. Verna's the site manager here and has some great information to share with us about a very valuable program for lots of folks, not just our seniors, but others. Welcome, Verna. Thank you for coming to talk to me today. I've been learning, since we've been visiting, a lot about Wheatheart that I did not know before, and thought it would be a great thing if you could share a little bit about the program with the folks in the Enid community. We know nutrition is a very, very serious concern for many individuals. Lots of folks just aren't able to get out and get the food and get their nutritional needs met, and you all really step in and assist them. So wanted to ask you a little bit about Wheatheart. How long have you been working for Wheatheart here in Enid?
I started for Wheatheart in July of '96.
Okay.
So almost 18 years.
Goodness. And you've seen lots of changes. Is it basically the same? What are some things you've noticed about the program?
There have been some changes, but it's basically the same. We've meals for senior citizens. The program needs to be 60 and above. Okay. We are in an 8-county area. There are other programs all over the state of Oklahoma, but our Wheatheart project, nutrition project, is in 8-county area. Okay, and the 8 counties, probably northwestern Oklahoma, that area. And do I understand correctly, there are 16 different sites, different cities in that 8-county area? I've never counted them up, but that sounds about right. And what are some of those cities? Oh, we have a site in Medford, Pond Creek, Garber, Billings, Blackwell, Ponca City, Perry, Kingfisher, Wacomas, of course, Enid, Watonga, Ringwood, Helena, Cherokee. I'm probably omitting some. Well, you've done pretty well. That's great. So mostly northwestern and central Oklahoma. Right. And Wheatheart is different. We've visited before with mobile meals and have talked to some folks that have participated in that program. And this is a different and separate program. Is that correct? Right, it is. Okay. And it is, who sponsors the Wheatheart Nutrition Program? We are funded through a grant. Okay. And there is also a suggested $2 donation per meal, but if you can't afford it, you don't have to pay that. It's whatever you feel you can afford. Wonderful. We have right now, just here in the Enid area, about 70 home deliveries we make to people who are shut in. And then we have about 60 that come in and eat at our site. Great. So an on-site program for individuals to come to you, as well as a meal delivery program for folks who probably meet some certain qualifications. Is that correct? They need to maybe fall into a certain qualifying for demographic. Home delivery, it's basically based on health, and they they don't want them to be able, they need to be able to need help with like getting their groceries and things like that. If they feel like they are able to get out and drive all over the community, they can come into the site and eat. Mostly for the social aspect, to getting around, getting with other people. Okay, so it meets not only nutritional needs, but socialization needs, needs for companionship and company and visiting and that kind of thing, which has been proven to be very essential to folks' overall sense of well-being. So that's great. Now, you mentioned there are some qualifying issues that folks need to meet to get the meals delivered. Can you said need to not be able to get out and drive. Who determines that? We have a project kind of a coordinator, someone who I've totally gone blank as to. Okay. I'm picturing maybe a social worker type of a person who goes and does a little interview or something with folks. They will call into our site or any one of the sites and give us the name and number, and then we will contact the person that goes out and assesses them and make sure they qualify. And if they qualify, they will be set up on our program. Okay, and the qualification doesn't have anything to do with income level, I'm assuming? No, it has nothing to do with income level. Okay, so anybody, maybe you're getting out of the hospital and are having some trouble getting out and about, and just for a short period of time, a couple of weeks or something, can give you a call
Have one of your folks come out to do a very informal assessment and get your meals taken care of for a couple of weeks.
Yes, we have a lot of people that will call. They've had surgery for one thing and another, or something else, and they're down, maybe back problems or something, and we will go out, and if they qualify, then we will set them up with a meal, and then a lot of times they will call us, well, I'm better now, and I don't need the meal anymore.
And that can be a lifesaver. You know, folks a lot of the time get out of the hospital and they can function in their home just fine, but maybe their family has moved away, or they don't have adult children, or don't know their neighbors very well, and could just use that temporary little helping hand to help make sure that they have a meal until they get a little bit better. So, wonderful service. On-site meals, where are you located and how does that work?
We are located in the dining room of Meadows Point Apartments at 1225 South Cleveland.
Great.
If you would like a meal, you call us the day before, because our food is cooked in at the kitchen in Ringwood.
Okay.
And then they bring it to us in bulk.
Okay.
And we serve the meals.
And so a 1 day ahead reservation, that's not a bad deal. Great. And how do you know what you're getting? Is it you get a meal, or is it buffet style, or how does that work? Just so folks know what they're...
It is meal. Our menus are set up by a registered dietitian.
Great.
And we have 6 weeks of menus, and then we go through them 6 weeks, and then we turn around and start with week 1 again, and go through them for 3-month session. Every beginning of every 3 months, like the beginning of January or the beginning of April, we get a new set of menus.
Okay, and you've got a dietitian planning the whole thing, so they are nutritionally based.
Right.
You've got your locations that prepare the meals, and so it adds to the efficiency and consistency there, and then they bring them to your site, and you have them available for the folks to come in and enjoy. And I would think with a 6-week rotation, you don't have to worry about getting the same meal over and over again.
No, we don't. Today we had chicken enchilada casserole.
Oh, yum.
Sherbet and chips with the chicken enchilada casserole and corn. Tomorrow is the pork cutlet, Brussels sprouts, roll. Dessert is mixed fruit with vanilla pudding, and there's one other, creamed corn on that menu.
Well, good. Nice variety. It's not just one item. You've got quite a few things to choose from, and it sounds very well balanced.
Friday is Indian tacos.
Oh, I may come eat with you. Now, the meal delivery. I understand, or do I understand, that this is a volunteer run? How does that work? Are you recruiting for volunteers?
Yes, we have volunteers that deliver meals, and they are paid so much per mile based on what the IRS states that should be paid reimbursement. And they also receive a free meal, and we're always needing volunteers.
Great.
Especially drivers.
Okay, and what is involved? So you need to have reliable transportation. You can count on having your mileage reimbursed, free meal. What are the other qualifications that you look for in a volunteer?
Well, just dependable, and they will can get there. We get our food about 10 after 10, and then we start packaging our home deliveries or our meals for our home deliveries, and then they will. Usually, we have the gentleman that delivers. Not always gentlemen. We have one lady that delivers, and they come and they pick up the food and take and deliver it, and as long as they can get the food anywhere from 10:30 to 11, depending upon when we get the meals ready and get them ready for sending out.
Okay, and then how long does it take them to complete their route?
Usually around an hour. Okay. And then, of course, if they don't deliver, they don't have to deliver every day. I can use even somebody that delivers once a week or whatever, whatever, they feel are wanting to deliver, and then they can, after they get their meals delivered, then they bring they're put in ice chests or whatever to keep them hot or keep them cold, whichever the case may be, and bring them back to the site.
Great, and that's all at Meadows Point. So they'll show up maybe 10:30 or 11, pick up their containers and maybe driving instructions, addresses, that kind of thing. Right. Go drive the route. I'm trying to anticipate questions that might come up. If someone says, "Oh, I don't know my way around Enid, how would I know where to go?" how would you answer that if someone called and had that
Well,
concern?
they can drive, if there wasn't a driver out, they can drive right along with one of our drivers, and he will show it. I've had
Great.
several that ride along with me, because we have one route now that the lady that was driving it quit, and so that I've been taking it part way, and I said, okay, you can come along and drive with me, and I'll show you the route.
Great.
And what
so they're
have
not
you.
just thrown out there on their
No,
own. And
no.
I imagine the homes, you try to keep them into common areas
Right.
and that kind of thing.
Right.
Well, and that brings up another point. I imagine if you already are kind of needing more drivers, say you have someone who's ill or needs to go out of town, that could really put you in a bind with folks maybe not being able to receive their meal or not receive it on time if you have several absences.
Right.
So would it be possible to be an on-call volunteer maybe?
Yes, that'd be great.
Great. So maybe I don't want to commit to every single day, but call me if you need someone and I can
Right.
show up. Wonderful. Fundraising. We talked about you're funded through a grant.
Right.
But are there other avenues that you explore as far as coming up with additional funds for your meals or your?
Each site is supposed to have one fundraiser per year.
Okay.
And that's the aspect I don't care about the job. I love working
It's
with
not
people,
everybody's cup of tea. Yeah.
but
And what have some of the fundraisers been in the past? What do these?
well, there's been we raffled off Afghan one year, and one site raffled off a quilt.
Okay.
And some of the sites now, if they're a kitchen site, where they have the kitchen, sometimes they will fix like a chicken noodle dinner or something,
Gotcha.
have people coming in for and just donation
So
deal.
really, anything that you can think of is open for grabs for a
Right.
fundraiser.
No, we don't have a site here at Enid.
Right.
Eating, a kitchen site, so
But would that be
wouldn't
something
out,
that
but,
maybe an organization could sponsor? Say someone gave you a call and said, hey, we've got a kitchen and I would love to have this fundraiser for you in your name. Would that be a possibility?
Yes, I would love that.
It'd probably
Or
make
any
your whole
donations,
day, wouldn't
anybody
it?
wants to
Right.
donate or anything like
Yeah,
that.
the
I would love
raffle.
it.
If you had
Right.
something with someone of value or something that would be appealing, maybe they would be concert tickets or event tickets or, a television set or an item of some kind that could be raffled off and the proceeds go to Wheatheart Nutrition. Very probably would be a tax deductible donation, and Verna would love to visit with you about that. So numbers on the bottom of the screen there, feel free to give her a call, whether it would be to inquire about having meals delivered, participating in the on-site meal program, volunteering. Would be wonderful, even if you can't commit to do it every day or even on a regular basis. Please call and ask about that. She'd love to have you give it a try, or to sponsor some sort of a fundraising event or donate an item to be raffled off. Is there anything else about the Wheatheart Project that you can think of that the community might be interested in?
No, I can't think of. We just a lot of the people enjoy coming in and meeting, other people and
Sure.
visiting and.
I imagine for many folks that is the highlight of their day, getting to go out and socialize and see their friends and have a nice, warm, nutritious meal, and probably makes the difference in a lot of folks being able to remain in their homes.
And especially with the home delivery meals, if somebody's not there that day, then we will leave a note. We were there, and if we don't hear back from them, and especially if they're not there the second day, we will start contacting emergency numbers and say, okay, is this person okay, or are they,
What a wonderful service. You think of folks that don't really have, like I said, family in town. Maybe they've become disconnected socially a little bit, but there's that person, that entity that's going to check on them on a regular basis and make those contacts if there's an emergency. So thank you so much for all you do. We really
Thank you for
appreciate
inviting
it.
me
It's kind of a little
and having me.
hidden jewel that Enid has. And so if you're interested, if this has appealed to you, you'd like more information, would like to participate, please don't hesitate to call. You can call Miss Verna at the number at the bottom. Call me at Grace Care, 237-6911, or Lori at gracecareok.com to visit about this or any other of our programs or services or activities geared towards seniors in the Enid area. Thank you very much.